Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga, Kawahrina, Kawahniriya, Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga.
Welcome to this year's 48th lecture at Earth's Spiritual Digital University, Namas University, a space and community whose mission is to help each person fulfill their true destiny under the guidance of the soul and Shambhala in order to co-create the life and future of the Earth together with all other beings in accordance with the divine plan. Today we are happy to announce important news to you. The third volume of the Chronicles of Sanat Kumara in English, which is called Unity in the Vatican, will be available on Amazon before Christmas in December 2023. I am the Sanat Kumara. I greet you, dear friends, by touching you with silence and love, the Holy Spirit and the miraculous sound of Om. It is a great joy for me to be in unity with you again, manifesting the unified field of love of like-minded people on Earth. The fact that we are now creating consonance by attuning ourselves to the octave of love gives us a golden chance to intensify love within and around us. Thank you for the conscious practice of the journey to the beginning of beginnings that I offered to you in Lecture 47. I want to assure you that this practice will stimulate the process of cleansing, healing, and harmonization. In case you experienced emotional catharsis, realize that this is a sign of a deep cleansing of the suppressed emotions that have been stored for a long time. Trust the process. Let go of everything that impedes you from hearing the voice of your soul and living from the sacred heart. You may cry and experience flu-like symptoms, yet keep doing the practice. Just trust, heal, and release. A very high state of dissolution and silence is in store for you, as well as an encounter with the soul and the primordial parents within your sacred heart. Today, I will lead you through a healing session that will help you travel to the beginning of beginnings more comfortably. How does one need to sound there on Earth during the transition into the Golden Age so that every one of the billions of people will be able to make it? Success in the transition totally depends on one's resonance with the Source and on one's inner purity. The harmonious resonance of one's vibrations with the primordial is what determines the ability to get through the open door into the new time. In short, it's a must that you sound in harmony with the Source. There is no passcode. Therefore, the human nature of everyone must aspire for the divine. Such aspiration itself is already a significant step forward, but it is important for one to achieve sounding in unison and total harmony with the sound of God. What means may define the level of one's sounding? Is there some instrument that exists to measure and compare it? Each human being is a unique sound, which is the sum total of a lot of different sounds, because each person is a mini universe. In this case, is it at all possible to find out whether one's sound is in harmony with the primordial sound? It may be a surprise for many to find out that the easiest way to do this is to compare your sound to the silence. If you and the silence are in tune, it means that harmony and resonance with the divine has been achieved. All sounds of nature are in harmony with the silence. Haven't you thought about it? The foliage in the forest sounds very harmonious and is in tune with the silence and the primordial sound. The sound of the sea waves, whether calm or stormy, is fascinating. Yes, even the storm is in harmony with the silence. So far, just a few people can detect divine sounds right away. Has anyone ever taught people to listen to the music of silence and value the pauses between words more than the content? People don't realize the value of silence. More often, they tend to create noise rather than silence, and therefore are used to living in noisy surroundings, and even appreciate it. Of course, I am talking about the primordial silence, which is not the opposite of noise. Speaking of silence today, I bring you back to the remembrance of the Great Mother. What people consider as music, the subtle world often perceives as noise if it destructs harmony and beauty. Noise is created not only by the loudness of sound. Noise can be very quiet, even imperceptible to the human ear. What is the silence, then? The great silence is the divine voice of the Source, the Divine Mother. It's the most subtle sound without sound. It is widespread throughout a boundless space of great emptiness and creates the universe. How can one enter the new earth? Have you noticed that for the last 50 years, mankind has started to produce so much destructive noise in everyday life, in communication at all levels, in feelings and thoughts, day and night? This is not to mention the noise of cities, transportation, and industries, as it is obvious to everyone. So there is a necessity to clear the earth of destructive noise. To do this, one needs to clean one's own space first. Ponder on how to reduce the noise clutter that has accumulated within and outside. The primary task is to do such noise detoxification consciously. That doesn't mean one should fight with noise. That which one fights with only gets stronger. Instead, rather, fill up one's life with harmonious silence. The results of well-done noise detoxification will impress anyone, since the noticeable changes will happen on the physical, etheric, emotional, and mental levels. You have already learned to recognize and evaluate these levels of yourself. A joyful discovery awaits you, and believe me, life will begin changing for the better as soon as you become quieter. Let me suggest some advice for many. It is necessary to live quietly. It is necessary to think more quietly. It is necessary to speak more quietly. It is necessary to do everything in a quieter manner. It is necessary to listen to oneself and others from the silence of the heart. It is necessary to make relationships quieter to be more harmonious. It is necessary to make decisions while being immersed in the inner silence of the Sacred Heart. It is necessary to present the silence to everything in your life. Believe me, if one wants to live on New Earth, one needs to get rid of the noise and introduce life-giving silence within and around. It is not easy to accept the power of the silence that influences the entire system of a human being, all personal and social relations, literally all spheres of one's life. It may seem unbelievable, but it's true that silence is the best cure for many diseases. Silence is the best practice of self-transformation. Silence is the best catalyst for changes needed. Silence is a resource provider for every area of human life. However, the silence should not be confused with isolation, detachment, inaction, gloom, apathy, and indifference. Silence is more alive than all that is living. Its nature is love, creativity, joy, gratitude, and eternity. It doesn't exclude anyone, but it is rather all-inclusive. Silence is alive, for it is the voice of the great emptiness, the Divine Mother of the world. Silence does not condemn. It returns everything to the initial sound, to the primordial state, to the harmony of everything with everything. Let yourself resound with silence. Heal yourself with silence. Heal your whole life and everyone in your life with your silence. Allow silence to purify your voice. Let it be sincere, coming from deep within so that you express yourself fully, honestly, creatively, and succinctly. Fall in love with silence. Let it loosen all the inner clamps and let out all the energy and tension trapped inside. Don't be afraid of this phase of transformation. Allow this cleansing and liberation to happen. Perhaps the silence may invoke a scream or even a grunt from within oneself. Nevertheless, give the silence a chance to set you free with a thorough cleansing. Allow the great silence to bring you back to yourselves and return you to an immeasurable happiness. Allow the Divine Mother, through her silent song, to purify your true nature, for it is the voice of love and joy. To start with, do noise reduction in everything you can, and then move on to a practice of silence through meditation with a focus on a thought about the presence of divine light within one's sacred heart. This will eventually allow one to become the divine sound. Sound creates reality. Your sound has created your life as it is now. If you like your life, it means that it is in harmony with your soul, the sound of the divine symphony and silence. If you don't like your life, change your sounding. Now, let's move on to the healing practice. If necessary, please pause the lecture, find a quiet place, and ask your family to give you 20 minutes of peace and quiet. Please close your eyes. Chill out. Breathe from the silence with every cell of your body. Turn to the primordial mother within your sacred heart with a plea to help you to not only understand the meaning of silence, but to allow silence to enter your body, your heart, your mind, and into your life as it is the divine mother of the universe. Right now, let me begin the cleaning process to help you get rid of noise from within in all systems of your life, from every relationship on all levels. For along with such purification of noise, you will be filled with life-giving silence. As a result, your sounding will become more harmonious. For the next 3 minutes, listen to your heartbeat. And now ask your soul to tell you what part of your life or relationships require a maximum attention and is in need of detoxification from excessive noise. Please remain relaxed in a total thoughtless state. It will help to feel or become more aware of the soul's prompting. Trust her. Are you ready for the silence, rather than your ego or intellect to correct your sound and heal your subtle bodies? Are you ready to acquire the sensitivity to distinguish where sound is coming from, where your thoughts are being transmitted, how you draw conclusions, and whether decisions are made from the heart rather than the mind? Were they originated from the silence or from inner and outer noise? Please accept my offer to lead you through the process of restoring your sensitivity, awareness, and ability to distinguish. Relax. Observe your breathing. Trust me. Are you ready for significant positive changes in relationships with yourself, others, nature, and the beginning of beginnings itself? It is the divine silence that will work miracles for the transformation of your relationships. Are you ready to fade out the voice of ego, to change the tone of your voice and vibration of speech? If you are, let me begin to fine-tune the sounding of you and of all your relationships. Are you ready to heal all of your bodies, both physical and subtle, by practicing 30-minute silent meditations regularly? Breathe with love, gratitude, and joy from the silence within. Take it easy as the air you're breathing. This is the way to get the best results. I'm going to conduct a 3-minute healing session in complete silence. Thank you, dear friends. The Devas were helping me during this healing session with love and blessings. Be assured that living under the guidance of one's soul immensely helps to change life for the better and brings lots of opportunities to live life in harmony with the silence and the source. Let it be your very nature. Write down and repeat the following intention. By divinely beautiful sound, I create a harmonious and happy life. Each thought and sound originate from the silence of my sacred heart within the depths of my soul, in harmony with the primal sound of God. I leave you enveloped in the great silence and loving and tender arms of the Divine Mother and the Divine Father. Sound with love. Sound with joy. This was the SANAT KUMARA. This message of the SANAT KUMARA was received in Russian by Alla Ravenko, translated to English by Igor Ravenko, and voiced over by Joel Cameron Pennington. One can find more information about the Namas University in the description under this video.
Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga, Kawairina, Kawairiya, Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga.